Hello everyone, my name is Kirti and I am an assistant professor in ITM. Today I am going to cover the following topic in the business law. The topics is as follows. Number one is essential elements of a valid contract. What is offer? Types of offer? What constitute an offer? Legal rules regarding valid offer. Essential elements of a valid contract. According to section 10 of Indian Contract Act, these are the following essential elements of a valid contract. Number one is offer and acceptance, intention to create legal relationship, free consent, capacity to contract, lawful consideration, lawful object, certainty of meaning, possibility of performance, and legal formalities. So we will discuss one by one. Now I am going to start with the offer. According to section 2A of Indian Contract Act, defines offer as when one person signifies to another his willingness to do or abstain from doing anything with a view to obtain his assent on such act or abstinence he is making proposal. So an offer is the first step in the formation of a contract. An offer is a proposal by one person to another to enter into a contract. So you can see there is a two person. Now understand an offer. It must be made by one person to another, right? It must be an expression of readiness or willingness to do or to abstain from doing समथिंग. या तो आप विलिंगनेस दो अपने काम करने की, सो इट्स एन पॉजिटिव एक्ट, या आप काम करने जो भी आपको ऑफर दिया है, या आप एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते, आप रिजेक्ट कर देते हो, सो दैट इज एन नेगेटिव एक्ट. इट मस्ट बी मेड विद अ व्यू टू ऑब्टेन द कंसेंट ऑफ दैट other person to propose act or abstinence. So there are two parties. For a valid offer, there must be a two parties. A person cannot make an offer to himself, of course, right? So there are two parties. Number one is offerer and second one is offeree. Offerer means the person making the proposal is called the offerer or proposer, and the person to whom the proposal is made is called the offeree or the proposeree. जो offer दे रहा है he is offerer, और जो offer accept कर रहा है that is offeree. Now move to types of offer. Generally there are two types of offer: express offer and implied offer. And express offer has been divided into specific offer and general offer. Now there are some other offers like cross offer, standing offer, counter offer, and right. So these are some other offers. So these are the main offers. Number one is express offer. Express offer, it is an offer that is done through words that can be either oral or written. The oral offer can be made face to face or via telephone. The written offer can be made via text messages, advertisement, letters, or email. So express offer means the offer made by using words spoken or written, that is known as express offer. For example, A says to B, will you purchase my car for rupees 2 lakh? So this is an express offer. Then move to implied offer. Now implied offer, an offer conveyed through acting or signs, but if a party observe a silence over the offer, then that offer cannot be a valid. So implied offer, which could be understood by the conduct of the parties or circumstances of the case, is called the implied offer. For example, a bus company runs buses between the India Gate to Kashmiri Gate. Now this is an implied offer from the bus company to take any person on the route who is prepared to pay the prescribed fare. The offer will be said to be accepted by the passenger as soon as he takes seat in the bus, right? Or I can take the second example like withdrawal of money from the card holder from the ATM. Now it creates an implied offer between the card holder and the bank, right? Then move to specific offer. It is made to a specific person or group of person and can be accepted by the same, not anyone else. So the offer made to a specific person or a particular person, right? For example, A says to B, will you purchase my house for rupees 2 lakh? Now it is an offer made to a B, so it can be accepted by the only B, right? Then move to general offer. General offer means it is the offer made to a public at large and not to any particular person. It can be accepted by anyone who abiding by the terms of it. So general offer means it is not made to a specific person. The offer can be made to the world at large, right? So it is known as general or public offer. For example, an advertisement in a newspaper, like anyone who will find my lost dog will be rewarded for rupees 2000. So it is a general offer and made the public at large, right? Now there is a famous case law of Carlyle versus Carbolic Small Ball Company. Now in this case law, there are person Mrs. Carlyle and there is a company Smockball who give the advertisement in the newspaper that anyone who contracted influenza after using the small ball company, they will given the reward of £100. Now according to the printed direction in the newspaper, Mrs. Carlyle purchased the advertised small ball and contracted influenza in spite of using small ball according to the printed instructions. Small ball company की medicines use करने के बाद भी he contracted with the influenza. Now obviously she claimed the reward of £100. Now the claim was resisted by the company on the ground that the offer was not made to her. Like, but this is wrong. Obviously they give the advertisement, it is a general offer and it can be accepted by anyone, but they claim that it is not an offer made to her. Now she filed a suit for the recovery of the reward, held she could recover the reward as she had accepted the offer by complying the terms of the offer, right? Now there are some other offers. Cross offer. Cross offer means when both the parties involved make similar offer to one another without knowing the each other offer, then it is called a cross offer. If two parties made offer to one another in ignorance of the offer made by the other party and the terms and conditions both the offer are same, so this is a cross offer. For example, A offers to sell his car to B for rupees 15,000, at the same time B offered to buy A's car for rupees 15,000. This is called a cross offer. Please remember, cross offer do not conclude a contract, right? Cross offer जब एक दूसरे को देते हैं, it doesn't conclude an contract, right? Then move to counter offer. Counter offer. A counter offer is the type of offer made in response to another offer which was seen as unacceptable. A counter offer revises the initial offer, making it more appealing for the person making the new offer. Responding with a counter offer allow a person to decline on a previous offer while allowing negotiation to continue. So in simple language you can say the offer made by the offeree in return to the original offer is called the counter offer. For example, A offered to sell his pen to B for rupees 1,000. Okay. B replied, yes, I am willing to buy this pen, but I am ready to pay only 950. So this is the counter offer made by the B to A, right? Now what constitutes an offer? So offer must show an obvious intention on the part of the offerer. Second, offerer must make the offer with a view to obtaining the assent of the offeree. Offer must be definite. It must be communicated to the offeree, right? So it's an essential elements of an offer or what offer actually contains. So there must be a two parties, there may be a proper communication, willingness, obtaining the assent of the other party. Offer must may be negative or positive. So these are the contents of the offer. Now there is a famous case law of Lalman Shukla versus Gauri Dutt that like one of the condition of offer, it must be communicated to the offeree. Offeree को पता होना चाहिए offer का. अगर offeree को पता ही नहीं है offer का, तो how can he or she can claim, right? So there is a famous case law of Lalman Shukla versus Gauri Dutt. Now Gauri Dutt sent his servant Lalman to find his lost nephew. When the servant had left, Gauri Dutt announced the reward to anyone who will trace the boy. Lalman found the boy and brought him alone. When Lalman came to know, he claimed for the reward. But here the court decided that Lalman Shukla is not liable to get any reward because offer given by the Gauri Dutt was not accepted by the Lalman Shukla. So Gauri Dutt bound to refuse to claim made to the Lalman. Now move to legal rules regarding valid offer, right? Number one is offer must be made. Offer must be such as in law is capable of being accepted and giving rise to a legal relationship, right? So a social invitation is not regarded as an offer because if it is accepted, it does not give any rise to any legal relationship, right? So offer must be such as in the law it is capable of being accepted and give rise to a legal relationship. Legal relationship होना चाहिए, right? So social relationship is not a legal relationship, right? Then terms of offer must be definite, unambiguous, certain, not loose and vague, right? So the terms of an offer must be definite, clear and certain, right? Then the term of the offer must be certain. Yes, the offer must be made subject to any terms and conditions, of course. An offer should not contain the term of non-compliance of which would amount to acceptance. कोई non-compliance की condition नहीं होनी चाहिए जिसको accept किया ही ना जाए. Then two identical cross offer do not make a contract. We already discussed. Then invitation of offer is not an offer. Offer must be communicated. Communication of special terms or standard terms of contract. Now there is a difference between offer and invitation to offer. Now invitation to offer means a person proposes certain terms on which he is willingness to negotiate and invites the other party to make an offer to those terms, right? So this is an invitation to offer, like display of goods by the shopkeeper in his window with prices marked on them is not an offer but merely an invitation to the public to make an offer to buy the goods at the marked prices, right? Offer means a person expresses willingness to be bound by the terms of his offer if the other party to whom he is making it accept it, right? Invitation to offer, like an initial intention, it expresses initial intention. An offer, it's a final willingness, right? There is a famous case law, Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain versus Boots Chemist. A sees an article marked price ₹20 in B shop. He offers B ₹20,000 for the article. B refuses to sell, saying the article is not for sale. Held, A cannot force B to sell him the article at ₹20. Marking of price of an article amounts to an invitation to offer, not an offer, right? Then move to termination of an offer. Number one is acceptance. Once an offer has been accepted, a binding contract is made and the offer ends, of course. Then rejection. If the offeree rejects the offer, that is the end of it. अगर आपने reject कर दिया, an offer lapses as soon as it is rejected by the offeree, of course. Then revocation by the offerer. The right to withdraw an offer before it is accepted is not that right of revocation, right? अगर आपने मना कर दिया है offer को accept करने से, ठीक है, रेवोकेट कर दिया है ऑफर को एक्सेप्ट करने से, दैट इज ऑल्सो इन द एलिमेंट्स ऑफ टर्मिनेशन ऑफ ए ऑफर. देन मूव टू टाइम स्टेटेड एन ऑफर. टाइम, ऑब्वियसली लैप्स ऑफ टाइम, द ऑफरee must accept the offer within the time prescribed in the offer, and if no time is prescribed it must be accepted within a reasonable time, right? So the offeree may name a specific time that the offer must be accepted or rejected by, right? Then counter offer. A counter offer means making a fresh offer instead of accepting the original offer. So the counter offer amounts to rejection of the original offer. Hence, as soon as the counter offer is made, the original offer stands lapsed, right? Then death or insanity of either the offeree or offerer. Death या insanity हो जाए, पागल हो जाए, तो उसमें भी जो ऑफर होता है वो रिजेक्ट टर्मिनेट हो जाता है. देन डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ द स्पेसिफिक सब्जेक्ट मैटर. अगर जो सब्जेक्ट मैटर है जिसके लिए वो ऑफर दिया गया है वही डिस्ट्रक्ट हो जाए तो फिर किस चीज़ का ऑफर. सो द ऑफर लैप्सेस इफ इट इज़ बिकम इलीगल बिफोर इट इज एक्सेप्टेड और द सब्जेक्ट मैटर ऑफ द ऑफर हैज़ बीन डिस्ट्रक्टेड, राइट? सो दिस इज ऑल फॉर टुडे. थैंक यू सो मच.